Hi everyone, my name is Laura. I'm the marketing coordinator at Oxfam Trailwalker. Welcome to Melbourne 2019 Safety Briefing Night. So before we get started, I would like to respectfully acknowledge the traditional owners of the land, the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, and pay respect to their elders past and present. So as I mentioned, I am the marketing coordinator for Trailwalker. That means I'm the one that sits on Facebook all the time. I see all your comments, I see all your GIFs. I'm the one that responds to them. I see everything that you do. So tonight we're going to be going through different fundraising updates and all of the logistical and safety information that's going to make sure that you guys have a really exciting and safe trail walker. This year is our 20th anniversary of Oxfam Trailwalker in Australia, so thank you so much for joining us. First up, we have Taylor. Taylor is our fundraising coordinator for Melbourne, and she's going to go over through all of the fun fundraising stuff and the safety briefing pack. Thank you, Taylor.
Thanks, Laura. Hi, everyone. How are we doing? Thank you for coming tonight, and thank you for all your support so far. I've just been watching all the effort that you've been putting into your training and your fundraising, and I'm absolutely blown away. So thank you for everything that you've done so far, and I'm so excited to see you on the start line. Secondly, I would really like to give a huge thank you to our partners, Kane, Deloitte, Paddy Pallin and Power Shop. Paddy Pallin actually have a little stall just before the foyer, and if you see their two amazing staff members, they can help you with anything regarding merchandise around Trailwalker. So please give them a little wave, say hello, and maybe buy some stuff from them. If you haven't already, please pick up your team briefing pack. So they were in the tubs where our 6 amazing volunteers were distributing them. If you haven't picked your pack up already, please don't stress, just make sure that you pick it up before you leave tonight, because it does have very important information and forms that you will need to bring with you on the start line. So throughout the presentation, we do have a text line number that you can text all your questions to, and we will go through this at the end of the preso. So maybe jot that down now, because we will go through all the questions at the end. Has everyone got it? We will give you time, like we'll go through questions at the end as well and do a roving mic. So if you don't manage to get a text through, your question will be answered. If it's not answered, we have an info table at the back as well. So we're here to help you. Alrighty, so what we're going to talk about tonight, I will be going through a fundraising update. I'll be talking about the competitions that we have going, and I will talk about everything that is in your briefing pack, and also how to update your details on your team space. And Christoph, our operations manager, will be going through vital safety information and all logistics regarding the event weekend. So, at the moment, to date, actually till 10 o'clock this morning, you have all raised an amazing $1.6 million. So well done to you all. Thank you so much. I am so happy at that amount, and I'm so amazed by all of your fundraising efforts. So well done, and feel free to take a photo of that as well. So while we are on the topic of fundraising, I would like to give a special shout out to our top 5 fundraising teams. And MAD 2019, they are mad because they have raised that much. They are at a whopping $21,975. So massive round of applause for them. So with that money, they've actually been able to provide a 1 kilometre pipeline to carry water from water pumping system facilities to families in a nearby village in Kenya. They've also, with those funds, been able to fund a community organisation in Timor-Leste for 6 months to combat droughts and natural disasters. Special shout out to the rest of those teams there and all of you who have been doing such an incredible job. Thank you. Alrighty, so on event weekend, you will receive your bibs that have your team number on the front of them. You will receive them at the start line, but there is a way for you to get some personalised bibs so people can notice you out on the trail. So tonight, if you do bop your target up to 2,500, you can get your bib with your team name on it. If you do bump your target up to 5K, you can get your bib with your name and your team name on it. And that will close tonight, so if you do want them, please upgrade your target and let us know. Also, some of you with 10K targets would have received VIP exclusive buffs from me, so be sure to rep them on the day as well. Alrighty, so we also have an exciting new competition running tonight as well. So if you upgrade your target by $500, you can go into the draw to win GPS trackers for you and your team. We do track you along the way at every checkpoint, however, these come in super handy because you can know how fast you're going, how many kilometres you have walked so far, and also your support crew, family and friends can track every step that you make along the trail. So if they're preparing food for you at a checkpoint, they know exactly when you're arriving so they can get that hot and steamy for you. So if you do want to go into the draw to win the GPS trackers, there is a pink target upgrade slip in your briefing pack. And what you do is you will fill that out and pop it in the bucket just before you exit tonight. So while we're on the topic of competitions, we have the Money Dunny competition that has been running. So that means that if you have raised 5K by the 19th, you will go into the draw to win your very own private portaloo at every checkpoint, which comes in handy when hundreds of people have been using the same portaloos. So I am very excited to announce that, and also absolutely overwhelmed by all the fundraising that you guys have been doing to go into the draw. It has not gone unnoticed. Thank you for all of your fundraising and your support. We did do a random generator this morning, and I am very happy to announce the winner of the Money Dunny competition is Team Teeth and Titties, who are here tonight. Please, round of applause for these guys. Nice one. Absolutely love the name as well. It just fantastic work, guys. I'm sure you will be very excited to get to your private portaloo at every checkpoint. So well done. I love it. Love it. Alrighty, so while we are still on the topic of fundraising, we have the deadline for the minimum of 1,600. That's 400 per person, this Friday, the 22nd of March. If you don't reach that, yes, you will still be able to walk. We're definitely not going to refuse you at the start line, but please don't stress at all because we are here to help you reach that. I'm here to help you with fundraising tips, and our whole team is here to help you as well. So contact us if you're stressing a little bit about your fundraising, but we actually close it on Friday the 19th of April. So you have plenty of time, and we keep it open until April because a lot of your friends and family will realize, oh, okay, wow, they actually made it. I might donate to them, okay? So that's why we keep it open until then. Also, if you have any generous employers, please let us know about them. If they've organised match giving or anything like that, we like to keep that on our systems, so please let us know if that is being organised. So after all your hard work, blood, sweat and tears, we get to celebrate and drink, which is great. And we give out all the necessary awards. So one of the great ones is a Support Crew Award. Your support crew doesn't do the walk, but they work just as hard, you know, giving you food, water, hugs, motivation, wipe your tears and sweat away. So we give a support crew award to them, a Team Spirit Award, Overcoming the Odds Award, and we give an award to the highest workplace or corporate fundraising team. So it will be held at Urban Alley Pub in Docklands, which is located right under the Melbourne Star, so it's not hard to miss. And the date is Thursday, the 9th of May. So please pop that in your diaries because it's going to be a really fun night. Alrighty, so how many of you are doing this for the first time? Okay, wow, there's a lot of you guys. And how many of you are returning walkers? Okay, alrighty. So you can see that it actually does become addictive, and even when you hit the finish line and you vouch to never ever do it again, you're sweating, you're crying, you're saying, why did I do this? Next year will come around and you'll say, oh, I think I want to do that again. That was kind of fun. So we really love honouring our legends. So if you see anyone wearing a yellow, orange, purple or blue bib, please give them a hug or a high five, or just ask them why they're so mad for coming back, because we absolutely wouldn't be able to do the work we do without legends like these. So if this is you, thank you so much. You've gone above and beyond to help us every year. Alrighty, so let's go through your briefing pack. So the first thing that will be in your briefing pack is the yellow medical form. Now, this is a private and confidential form that will only be used in the event of an emergency. The main thing that I can't stress enough is that make sure that that is your correct team number on the top of the form. We have the environmental form or environmental survey or event sustainability questionnaire. All those titles mean the same thing. It's the environmental form. We do this so we can keep track of our footprint. We obviously want to keep, our footprint to a minimum. We want to keep the event environmentally friendly. So we want to keep track of how many people have carpooled, how people get there. We really like to keep track of those things so we can, work better for next year and stay environmentally friendly. The next thing will be the support crew vehicle pass. That is one per team. Yes, it can be shared among cars and among people, but it is limited to one per support crew. Please don't come with a truck to the event. We can't have trucks in the event, but you can have a car that's no larger than 1.5 of a standard sedan car. And if you're kind of unsure about the size of your car, just message us, email us and let us know, and we'll confirm that for you. The other form is the target upgrade form. So that's if you wanted to go into the draw to win the GPS trackers, fill that out and pop it in the bucket at the back. Finally, we have the final briefing notes. So these are super important notes that cover everything logistical, vital safety information. They talk about start times and some directions, trail updates, and they pretty much cover what we talk about in this presentation as well. But it is important for all of your team members to have a read and for your support crew members to have a read. So team leaders, communicate this to your team, please. So you would have received an email from us about updating your details on your team space. And you also would have seen that some of those emails had an incorrect start time. You also would have noticed that we have been having some issues with our systems and start times. So for that, I am sincerely, sincerely sorry, and I do apologise for all the confusion that we may have caused. The correct start time is on your team space. I can confirm that, so look to that for your start time. If for any reason it still says pending, come and see the women at the info table. Alrighty, so I will now go through a step-by-step process of how to update your details on your team space. We actually used to have a personal contact details form, but we have made this obsolete because we do want to reduce the amount of paper that we're using. So that's why we do stress that you do need to update all your details on your team space before the event. We also have a deadline for team changes. So we do understand that people can get injured, people do pull out, that's fine. The deadline for team changes is actually Monday the 25th of March. If you do need to change a team member after that, you will have to do it at the start line, and that will incur a $30 admin fee. If it is, on the day or a day later, we may make some exceptions. Just please let us know, because we take into consideration unforeseen circumstances. Okay, so the lovely Steph, who is the event fundraising support officer, who I would be lost without, she works in the Melbourne office, and she's also walking this year, and she has allowed us to share her team space so I can go through a step-by-step process. So thank you, Steph. In the email that we did send you, you would have received a link, and you would follow that link to take you to the respective page. If you can't find the email, it's gotten lost in your inbox, or if you can't find the link, that's fine. Just log into your team space and you can have a look on the right-hand side where it says milestones. Some of these will be ticked and some of these will be crossed. If they're ticked, all good, don't need to worry about it. That means that they're all updated. If they are crossed, it means that not all of your team members has filled out the right information. Now, this can be as little as Steph has forgotten to include the email of one of her support crew. If she hasn't done that, that box won't be ticked. And we do need all that information for safety reasons, so please fill that out. So what we'll need you to fill out on your team space is your on-the-day mobile. Now, please remember that we do need at least 2 mobiles per team, because if one doesn't have reception, at least we can call the other if there is an emergency. So please update your on-the-day mobile and also your emergency contact details. So that's full name, phone number, and their relationship to you. Walkers and support crew, please make sure that those 4 people showing on your team space and that are in your team are the 4 walkers that will be with you at the start line. Please also update your support crew. So that's name, email, phone number. What's to bring on the start? Please bring your filled out yellow medical form that's in your briefing pack with the environmental form or environmental questionnaire. If you're not going to be seeing your team members until start day, no stress. We will have spares at the start so you can fill them out then. And when you arrive at the start time, at the start line, please make your way to the registration tent. I will be there from 4:30 in the morning, so please feel free to bring me an espresso or some coffee if you like. You will collect your rego packs there, and your rego packs will have your bibs, and it'll also have your coloured buff if you are a legend. So when you come to the registration tent, please come as a team of 4. And also, please, no cash donations on the day. We don't have anywhere to store these, and we can't bring them from checkpoint to checkpoint. Please arrive 1 hour before your start time, but no earlier than that. If you come before your start time, you're going to have to wait around, and we won't be able to let you in earlier because we won't have your packs and bibs ready. If you are running late, there are unforeseen circumstances, traffic, whatever, don't stress at all because we can just bump you into the later start time. But when you come to the rego tent, just let us know that you're running late. Okay, so you will get snapped all through the event. There's a photo op on the start line and there's a photo op at the finish line, and we'll also have photographers taking photos of you walking all throughout the trail, and they'll be available for you to download. So my forecast for the weather has, or I put in a request for 22 sunny and cloudy, and it has been approved. However, this is a forecast and it is Melbourne, so please pack and dress for 4 seasons. I am hoping that it stays like this, but keep an eye out before the event day, and yeah, just be prepared for either, torrential downpour or blistering heat. It's Melbourne after all. Okay, so we want to be a keep cup only event, or water bottles. We don't provide any disposable cups. We will have refilling stations, hot and cold water, so keep cups and water bottles only. We need to remember that we're guests of this beautiful land that we're walking on, so please be environmentally conscious and remember why you're walking in the first place. I am going to wrap up now and stop talking, but just reminding you that that's the number that you can send through your questions, and we will answer them at the end. I would like to thank you all so much for everything you have done so far, and I'm so excited to see you all at the start line, along the trail, and at the finish line. So I'll hand over to Christoph now, and thank you all so much.
Thanks, Taylor. Welcome to the Walker Safety Briefing Night for Melbourne. I'm Chris, I'm the National Operations Manager for the Trailwalker events in Australia, and I'm here to talk to you, provide you with some information and details around safety, the trails, checkpoints and how we sort of react and how you should react in an emergency situation, how you get in touch with us and what we do to help you. So, first of all, if you're on the trail, it starts at a lake, but it's a different lake what it was about 3-4 months ago. It's Listerfield Lake now, and in Listerfield Park. And if you punch in Listerfield Park or Listerfield Lake in your GPS, it may well send you to the southern end of the lake, which is incorrect. You wouldn't be able to get to the start location. So you actually need to enter the venue via Horsewood Road. Only then you end up at the event car park and also at the venue, at the start venue. So please bear that in mind. What you should bring along with you is the updated version of our event map book. I know there's an old version floating around, but please ensure that you take your most recent updated version of the map book with you. So on the trail, we have various signage on the trail. One of those signs and signage is the trail marker. And the trail marker is put up every 80 to 100 metres approximately. In some areas where it's a little bit harder to navigate, it might be a shorter distance. So that already tells you that it doesn't indicate any distance. It is numbered. So if there is an incident and we know the trail marker number, you telling us where you are, we also know we can locate you and help you out. They are reflective at night, so if you walk and you have your head torch on, you would be easily see them. And yeah, as I said, they're numbered to identify the location along the trail. This person is not a good person, he's a bad person. He's taking away a trail marker. And because he likes to have a souvenir for the event because he's so excited. And that's a no-go. Please do not do that, like this person back in Sydney in 2007, where we caught him red-handed. And if you are keen on getting a souvenir and a trail marker, then please get in touch with us afterwards, and we can arrange something for you. But as I said, it's very crucial for our event safety that these stay up. And along the trail you also find directional signage, and ideally that indicates the direction you need to walk. Because we put this out a little bit before the event actually starts, there's always the chance that there's some kids throughout the night who want to have a little bit of fun and turn it around 180 degrees, but we do our very best to stop that and avoid that. So your primary source of navigation is your map book, please. Also, what you can find along the trail in some areas is the residential area. Please keep noise to a minimum sign. So this is at very selected sections along the trail where you literally walk past the front yard and a house and maybe a living room or a bedroom throughout the night in the suburbs. So please be mindful and conscious and respectful and keep the noise to a minimum. So as I say, like a grumpy resident is not a good resident for us. Along the trail you also find trail marshals who are volunteers, and they stand potentially, hopefully not, but potentially in the rain at 3 o'clock in the morning at an intersection and trying to help you with navigation and give you a high five. So please also be respectful to these persons and say thank you for your support. And yeah, they are helping you. So they are at various locations along the trail. And then I come also to want to talk to you about trail etiquette and also things you need to sort of consider also for your personal safety later on. First of all, obey the rules. That's mostly and predominantly the traffic rules. So wherever there's a intersection with a traffic light, please use the traffic light and wait until it's green and don't jaywalk. Be careful in general about your surroundings. Later on in the trail, you will definitely get tired, so pay attention what's happening around you, especially when you cross the roads. Carry in, carry out. Ideally, you should produce as little rubbish as possible, but obviously that's not 100% possible, so whatever you carry in along the trail, carry out, and please dispose of it either at home or at the checkpoint. And then also stay informed, stay safe, and report an issue. So check the weather forecast, prepare for the weather, and then also if you are concerned about something or if you need to get in touch with us, you will have a 1300 number on the front of your bib, so you can always give us a call and let us know, and we are there to help. This is a shock over slide, and that's also something we encounter every year after an event, and that's not good, especially if that's found in some front yard of a residential property. Just imagine how you would feel. No good. So we want to be respectful, and we are actually very fortunate that we can use this trail. There's lots of stakeholders involved in permits, and they watch out for those things. So if you need to go, please go in the bush if you are in the bush. Otherwise, please use the toilets, the public toilets or the toilets at the checkpoint. And also think about our sweep teams who clear the trail afterwards. And that's also a sad puppy, and a sad puppy is not allowed to go on the trail and join you for this adventure. So he needs to stay on the sofa, and please do not bring any animals or pets or dogs with you, not just because, you know, it would be generally good to have no pets at the checkpoints, but it's also we're going through Parks Victoria land, and that is one of our permit conditions, no animals on the event, so please also respect that rule. So I'm moving on to traffic and safety on roads, and I would like to highlight two particular intersections which are in the section 1 between Listerfield Park and Ferntree Gully Picnic Ground. So the first one is Wellington Road crossing, about 5 kilometres or so into the walk. This is a crossing which we will, like a road we will cross at commuter peak hour times, traffic. So Vic Roads regularly taps us on the shoulder after the event and say, okay, what can you do better next year? And then we listen to Vic Roads, of course. And then we ask also you then the following year to help us to manage this intersection, or that crossing, to be precise, a bit better. So please be prepared to wait for a little bit until you're able to cross that road. We have accredited traffic management there, traffic controllers with Oxfam staff and volunteers. What we're going to do is we wait until there is a decent sized group waiting in front of Wellington Road, and then we let you go in, let you go past in one go. So please follow the instructions of the traffic controllers there. Then just before checkpoint 1, you've got the Burwood Highway intersection, which is a big intersection and also will be busy with commuter traffic in the morning. The good thing about this intersection is it has traffic, various sets of traffic lights. So as long as you obey the road rules and wait until you get the green light, nothing should happen. But please, if there's a little bit of congestion, please be patient, take it easy, and watch out for traffic. There are also volunteers there who can help you out and assist. So around personal safety, so talking about traffic, it's always good to be seen, especially at night. So don't please turn up and walk through the night like a stealth ninja, all in black. That's not a good idea. Please maybe match the traffic controller at the intersection and wear some bright colours and high vis. So be visible, and also generally stay within, with your team. It's not just it's for personal safety reasons, but then also it's an event rule to stay together as a team. And after all, it's a team challenge as well. Obey the road rules, also respect and watch out for wildlife, but also for cyclists, especially along the main Yarra Trail and the Mullumalum Creek Trail. There will be bike riders, so please stay on your side and watch out for oncoming cyclists, and also try to coexist with them. Charge your mobile phone and maybe bring a power bank with you, just as a backup, and call us if you need any help or assistance. So now I'm talking about checkpoints. So this is a summary of all the event locations we have, from start through to finish. These are the closing times, which are listed down in the middle, and nothing has changed in terms of the closing time, so the updated map book timings are correct, except for checkpoint 2, Olinda, where we decided to extend the operational time by 1 hour. We had a few concerns coming to us, saying that Lyra track is too brutal, so they need longer to climb up the hill, and we listened to their concern, and that's what we could do, extend the operational time by 1 hour. Everything else remains the same, so that means the downhill part needs to be done a bit faster, but just use gravity. So support crew access is generally given at every location except for checkpoint 1 and 3. And on this slide you have a little TBC at checkpoint 8, which is not a TBC, so it's confirmed as checkpoint support crew access. The only thing which has changed there is that the event parking is not directly located right next to our marquees, so it's about 100, 200 metres away, but we have a drop-off zone there as well, so it will be signed. You're allowed to camp at checkpoint 5, but generally at the other locations you shouldn't pitch a tent. Well, at the checkpoints, you need to check in and check out, so that allows us to track your progress throughout the event. And it is generally you start as a team of 4, but it might be that one of your team members decides to withdraw from the event for whatever reason. This is possible at a checkpoint. As you check in, that person can withdraw and you can continue as a team of 3. If that happens again with your team, so you would go down to a team of 2, that's not possible. So you can't continue to walk as a team of 2. You have to join another team at the checkpoint. So if you get down to a team of 2, approach a team, try to find a team who's willing to take you and take you into the finish. And once you've found the team, go back to the check-in, check-out desk and check out together and continue walking. So if there is a person from your team, like a walker from your team, withdrawing from the event, you would also receive a sticker at our check-in desk indicating that in this case it's the walker with the red bib number of your team having withdrawn from the event, so that allows us to keep track of you and your team and the people. Also worth mentioning is that your team space will turn into a live tracker throughout the event. So that allows people and friends and family to see where you are on the trail, so either between checkpoints or at the checkpoint. And then talking about support crews, so we have a soft copy uploaded on the website, the support crew guide. So I would encourage your support crew to download that and they should familiarise themselves with the content of that support crew guide. And what I would like to ask the support crew at checkpoint 2 is to keep their stay as short as possible, because we recently have been we recently have been taken away a small amount of car park, so and we couldn't fix that issue in time. So what it means is we're still a little bit bunched up at checkpoint 2. There will be lots of people and lots of activity. We have a drop-off zone, so please use that. You can drop off the equipment there, but then Further down the road, there is event parking, so if you have a longer stay there, use the event parking and follow our parking marshal instructions. As well, again, and Taylor mentioned that before, we're a cup-free event, so please make sure your support crew also brings along their keep cup. And also display the vehicle identification on the dashboard so that we know that this vehicle or the people in the vehicle are associated with the event. So at every checkpoint we have first aid located, so if you need some help you can look out for the first aid flag and approach our first aid people there. And we also have allied health volunteers who provide massage, podiatry and physio at various checkpoints at various times. So the checkpoints are 3, 5, 6 and 7. And also please bear in mind these people are volunteers and voluntarily pop your blisters. So please be kind to them and pay and say thank you. Camping, I mentioned before, generally no, except for checkpoint 5 where we have a camping area allocated where you can pitch a tent and have a bit of a rest if you think you need it. And you can also generally have a rest off-site, but what we would like to ask you is that the way you do it is you approach the check-in desk, check in, let them know that you go off-site, have a rest, and when you come back you check out. If you check in and check out at the same time, we think you're on the trail and then you're not, and then you run behind time-wise. We might get in touch with you, or we just wonder, and we need to account for every team, so we just we'll try to find you, and yeah, it's just not necessary. So please, please check out when you actually leave to continue walking. So generally we provide water, hot water, cold water, so you can fill up your keep cup with hot water and tea and hot chocolate. At the locations where we don't allow support crew access, which is 1 and 3, we provide bread and spreads and bananas if you think you need a bit of energy because you don't have also don't have the access to the support crew. And we also have food vendors, coffee vendors, food vendors at certain times. So if you don't have a keep cup, we still sell some upstairs, 4 cups for $50 for each team member. Taylor also mentioned that we are trying to be environmentally friendly as good as possible and minimise the impact on the environment. Every year we undergo a sustainability audit, which is audited against ISO 20121, which is Event Sustainability Management Systems. But what that means is we set ourselves targets and we're trying to reach those targets, and then we receive that lovely certificate, which we try to get every year. So how can you help us? Because we can't do that on our own. You can help us by carpooling to the start and taking your rubbish home, or even in the first place try to minimise the production of rubbish. Try to use our pink clothing recycling bag, which is located at the start. So if you have, for example, an old jumper you'd like to wear because it's cold in the morning and then you want to get rid of it before you start, you can leave that in this bag. And then also, what's also very important is don't leave the taps running when you refill your water bottles at the checkpoints. This is just some signage which we put up at the wheelie bins, just in case you're unsure what to put in which bin. And now we come to an important topic, what to do in an emergency. Generally, if there's a life-threatening incident or emergency, you need to call 000 immediately. If it's not a life-threatening incident, but you still need support from us, then there is this 1300 number, which I would recommend putting into your mobile phone, or you can take a photo and put it in later. This is also a number which is printed on your BIP number. So you should have access to that number at all times throughout the event. So you will end up with our safety coordinator in our event control centre. And this is the information we need, what you need to provide us, and what the safety coordinator, like questions he will ask you. What's your nearest trail marker number? So that we can locate you, we know where you are on the trail. Then we need to know who it is. Tell us the name, the BIP number and the BIP colour so that we can look them up in the system. And then please stay where you are, because otherwise we can't locate you and find you. If you walk off after you called us and you say you are trail marker number 5/61, and then you walk further, we're not gonna find you and we'll not be able to help you. And also important, never leave an injured person alone. But if you stick with your team members, that shouldn't be the case anyway. So these are the agencies which sit right next to us in our event control centre. They communicate directly with us, and they are also here to help you guys on the trail if you need. So we have Ambulance Victoria in the room, we have CFA in the room, Victoria Police, SES, Event Aid, and also Parks Victoria. So they are sitting in the event control centre, and they also communicate with mobile units on the trail. So we've got response crews, ambulance vehicles, first aid vehicles, and we even have first aid cyclists on the bike path at certain sections. And they will also scan and go up and down the trail. So we are able to track you. If you check in and check out, we know whether you are at the checkpoint or between checkpoints. And when it comes down to safety, it's again important to be honest and don't check in and check out and walk off somewhere else. So just a brief summary again of key event rules. So the teams must stay together between checkpoints and must check in and out at each checkpoint as a team. Every team must have a support crew, but also must be self-sufficient, even though we provide a little bit at checkpoints and have food vendors, but please be self-sufficient. Teams are strictly forbidden to meet their support crew outside. Teams are asked to respect residential and local residents and the parking around the residential properties. Participants must keep noise levels to a minimum when walking in residential areas, and you need to carry a minimum of 2 mobile phones and also a first aid kit with you. So we're not at the end of the presentation, but this is just a final reminder in general again, because we can't say it enough. So please bring the yellow and sustainability form to the registration. Again, please be mindful around the intersections in section 1, Wellington Road and Burwood Highway. Bring your keep cup with you. First aid kit, I just said, thermal blankets you need to carry. You don't have access to support crew at checkpoint 1 and 3. Don't forget your updated event map book. And also, we have many volunteers who donate their time, energy, knowledge, skills to the event and to the cause. So please respect them, say hi, and thank them also for their efforts. So, volunteers. So we have Liz here, who is our volunteers coordinator, and she'd like to talk about volunteers for a minute. So I wrap up here, that's my part. Thank you very much for signing up for this year. Thank you for your fundraising efforts, and I wish you all the best for the event, and I'll see you at the finish line. Thank you.
Thanks, Chris. I won't keep you long because it's nearly 9 o'clock and I'm sure you all want to get home. But just wanted to point out that the event is pretty much run by volunteers once you take off from the start line. So we have over 600 volunteers out there over event weekend. But and at the moment we're just short of that number. We still do need around about another 80 or 90 volunteers. So if you happen to know anyone that might be able to assist on the weekend, please let them know about the event, and they can either contact us via our website, email, or call us or anything. So the positions that we're looking to fill urgently are ones around the start line. So the start line's a pretty exciting place to be on Friday morning at 5:45 in the morning. It is an early start, but it's full of energy and it's super exciting, and you know, all of you guys will be there and you'll be super pumped, ready to go. We need a few captains who are the guys that run our checkpoints, particularly the early morning shifts, a couple of couriers, and also the trail marshals that are out there cheering you along and pointing you in the right direction, along with any allied health volunteers. If you know of anyone that is a massage therapist or physiotherapist and is able to give up a few hours of their time to help you guys get across the line, that would be very much appreciated. I'll pass you back to the lovely Laura now.
Awesome. Thank you so much to Liz, Christoph and Taylor for all the info. So a round of applause for them, please. And just again, thank you so much to our wonderful partners. We would not be able to put on, 3 to 4 events each year around the country without Deloitte, Paddy Pallin, Kane and Power Shop. So thank you so much. We've got a stack of questions. A lot of them are OPI questions, so Christoph, hold on to that microphone. I will try and get through them as quickly as possible because I do appreciate it's 10 to 9 and we all want to go to bed. So, also just to quickly add, these slides will be available online tomorrow. So if you've missed anything tonight, they will be up on the website. So what time should we arrive at the start line? As we said earlier, minimum 45 minutes before, but preferably an hour before your start time. Some of the start waves do have 150 teams. That's 600 people we have to process in 60 minutes. I don't even want to think about the math. Are there spare map books? So all team leaders were sent an updated map book, so do check with your team leader. If you haven't received your map book, please let us know. You can go to the info desk in the foyer or send us a message or call us tomorrow. You can also download copies of the updated map book from the Melbourne Trails section of our website. It's broken down in sections so the maps stay nice high res and don't print out all pixelated and are therefore useless. Can we have more than one car at the start line and the finish line, Christoph? What type of space we got?
Well, theoretically, yes, but it's a public space we use, right? At Listerfield Park, so it's open to the public. So the answer is yes, more than one car possible. Talking about the finish, the event car park will be located at the Polytechnic College, which is right across the road at Yarra Bend Road. This is a car park which is open to support crew vehicles only, so only the vehicles with a support crew pass on the dashboard will be allowed to park there. I hope that there is parking along Heidelberg Road possible on the Saturday, so that should be possible, and then it's just around the corner.
Great, thank you. I've got more questions for you. Where specifically in Warrigal Park is the checkpoint and where can support crew park? Where specifically in Warrigal Park, or Warringal Park, sorry, apologies, is the checkpoint and where can support crew park?
Good question. So we had to move as I mentioned, we had to move the car park from down directly next to the checkpoint a bit further up. There is a community hall, and there further up the road on, I think it's Beverley Road, I believe, where you would, I presume, turn into the checkpoint. And that's where the car park is located. Up there, there will be signage saying event car park, turn right, or drop-off zone, go straight ahead. So there is a drop-off zone where you can unload your car to assist your team, but then you'd have to turn around and park up the road at the event car park, and from there it's about a 150-metre walk or so.
Great, thank you. And where specifically in Fairfield Park is the finish line?
TH Westfield Reserve.
Nice.
On Yarra Bend Road.
Thank you to all the people who sent the photos through, by the way. The question is, has the tree been removed from section 1 of the trail? It was a beast.
If it's not been removed yet, it will be by the time of the event. So we regularly are in touch with Parks Victoria, and whenever there is a comment coming through, we pass that, we handball that straight on to Parks Victoria, and they walk out and clear the trail for us. They're very nice to us.
Will there be long lines for toilets at the checkpoint? Long lines, long queues for the bathroom, for the portaloos?
The plan is no. So we are, because it's a well-established event, we have experienced how much toilets we usually need. Obviously, at the start, there is more activity around the toilets historically, and I would assume that's the case this year as well. But generally, no, there's not a huge amount of waiting time.
Great. And then how many car parks are there at the starting area?
Enough.
Enough. That's your final answer? Enough, everyone. Thank you.
I have a number on file, but not in my head. I'm sorry.
Okay. Then a couple more questions. I think that's it. Thank you so much, Christoph. I've got 2 more questions that thankfully poor Christoph can be relieved from. Are support crew allowed to walk part of the trail with us? The answer is no. They don't have an event bib, and we don't have their medical details for an emergency, so it is not safe for them to do so. And then the other question that we had was, if you have already raised $2,500, do you still get a personalised bib? The answer is yes. Can you please just make sure that you go onto your team space and that your target is also $2,500 or more. So if your target's still $1,600 but you've gone bonkers and raised $2,500, please update it to reflect that. That's all. Oh yes, I've got 4 minutes for a very couple questions.
Are the toilets marked on the map? Will they be open throughout the event?
The toilets marked on the map, will they be open throughout the event?
Okay, I can take on this question as well. So they are public toilets, and they're usually run and operated by the council. We ask the council beforehand to open up those toilets to make it available also throughout the night, because sometimes they're getting closed at 6, 7 o'clock in the evening. Whether that happens or not is only is out of control for us, but we ask the question and hope that they can allow us to do that.
Great. Yep. How many tents? Is there a limit to how many tents one team can have?
No.
We really wouldn't want more than 4.
No. I mean, I guess with a tent we need to be reasonable and don't put up a hanger, because that would become an event structure and needs to be signed off by the council. So that wouldn't be possible. But if you set up like 1, 2 tents, that's not a problem at all, and there's enough space, and it's every team's decision, obviously, whether they want to camp or not, but from experience, we know the space we have allocated is sufficient.
Great. Yep.
A couple of weeks ago, went to Lilligale Lake and Donbar. There's 2 sections of the track that don't meet the map. One is just out of Heathmont Station, that track has been closed. They're doing building work before they go on the road. towards Heathmore Station. And there was another one where the boardwalk has been cut off and you've got to go around that with detours of arc. I don't know if they're going to be fixed by the time.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for that info. Yeah.
I'm definitely aware of Heathmore Station. In regards to the boardwalk, would you be so kind to come down afterwards to talk to me just to double check that we're across it?
Great, thank you. Thanks so much. Yep. Oh, sorry. Delay checking in and checking out. So it depends if you want to wait. Like if you want to rest, then there really shouldn't be too much of a... Oh, so when you arrive? So there can be up to a 15-minute wait in the first couple of checkpoints, like when everyone is together. Yes, to check in, and then you can check out instantly after checking in. So you can be checked in and checked out in the same transaction. So you don't have to go and join another line and wait for that as well. You can be like, I would like to check in and check out at once, and then you can continue on. But in those first couple of checkpoints, there will be a number of teams that will need to be checked in at one time. Where the first couple, 10 to 15 minute wait, maybe. That's our estimate. We do hope it will be less. After checkpoint 1 and 2, the crowds thin out. The whole process of checking in and checking out should take about 20 seconds, unless you rest. Anything else? Yep.
Do I have to have this if somebody's dropping us off at the start? Do they need this car park thing?
Do they need the support crew car label if they're just dropping us off at the start line?
Yeah, yes, please. Yeah. Yes, because we have allocated event parking, and we need to make sure that we manage the traffic there, and that helps us.
Okay, great. We have hit time. I'm so sorry. If you've got any more questions, please feel free to head back to the information desk at the back. Otherwise, feel free to call us or message us tomorrow. Thank you so much, and see you at the start line.